A suburban mayor is no longer requiring masks indoors in city buildings, despite Governor J.B. Pritzker's mask mandate.
Elk Grove Village Mayor Craig Johnson joins us now to talk about this. Welcome, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Mayor, I walked into a store today and there was a sign saying, please wear a mask. It's a simple way to stop the spread. It is pretty simple. So why don't you want to do it now?
Well, we've always been following the science here in Elk Grove Village. And we've got Alexian Brothers Hospital, one of the biggest hospitals in the region. And watching the numbers there, they've fallen so dramatically that the exposure is not what it once was. For example, last Tuesday, only 7 cases, none on ventilators or in ICU. 1 year ago, 127 cases, 41 on ventilators. So the bottom line is this, we're gonna have COVID forever. We gotta learn to live with it. And it's under control, follow the science and the numbers. It's time to move on and make masks optional, but not required.
Okay, so is this going to affect other places? We mentioned city buildings in our intro. Will this apply to businesses wherever they are in Elk Grove Village? And do you worry that it's getting colder and lifting this thing as everybody heads inside might actually pose a greater risk?
Well, first off, it does apply to any business in Elk Grove Village. We have 5,600 businesses in Elk Grove because we're home to the nation's largest business park. So anyone can do it. Again, it's optional. If a business chooses to require masks, they have that right, just like they had that right 10 years ago. As far as COVID numbers, COVID's going to be here forever now. It's never going away. It's like the flu. I vaccinated, and I've had my booster. And I've told people for years, all year, vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. But that picture is shown now of our summer concerts, no masks, no big super spreader occurred, no super spreader event occurred. We had no problems. So I think people are getting vaccinated. I think people are healthy. But again, you're going to see more COVID cases, I guarantee, in January, February of this coming year. You'll see it next year. You'll see it the year after. COVID's the new flu. So we got to learn to keep vaccinated and keep boosted. And it's going to be here. But we cannot shut down the world anymore. We need to start moving on. And I'm following Governor Pritzker's guidelines. If you remember back in the summer, once positivity rate fell below 5%, masks came off. Positivity rate today is 1.6%. The masks need to come off.
You mentioned Alexian Brothers Hospital there and how they're seeing, of course, lower rates of people being hospitalized and being treated there. Have you talked to health officials there about what they think about this change?
I have not asked them about the change of the mask mandate. I have talked to them about the numbers, and they say, yes, we're seeing far less numbers, and the severity has dropped dramatically. So basically, the COVID numbers today at Alexian Brothers Hospital is as low as it's ever been since the pandemic started. So the bottom line is, it's under control. But again, I gotta keep saying this, it's never going away. COVID is now part of society forever. We need to work with it, live with it, but the key word is live with it. That means we're not gonna wear masks forever.
Okay, but I'm curious, like if those numbers change in the winter, will you switch back?
I always say I'm firm but flexible. I would never do anything to put a community at risk. But remember, I was called crazy back in April when I announced we're doing a whole summer concert series and all of our community events. And then what? A couple weeks later, Governor Pritzker lifted the ban. Everyone had a great summer. And you know what? We've not seen that big of a change. I know they said Delta variant, but our numbers are better during the Delta variant than they were a year ago without the Delta variant. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but at least here in Elk Grove, in our area, we're doing perfectly fine. And it's time to make masks optional.
And the governor did hint that he's hoping to make masks optional, maybe in time for Thanksgiving or possibly Christmas. Have you heard anything from the governor himself yet, Mayor?
No, he has not reached out to us. And once you talk, we're more than happy to talk to him about it. Remember, this is the governor's mandate. It was not a law passed by the legislature. And we're a home rule municipality, which gives us the authority to do what we're doing today.
Elk Grove Mayor Craig Johnson, thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you for having us on.